We are in Costa Teguise Lanzarote, staying at the TUI SUNEO El Trébol. Now let's go and check out the room. 330. There we go. In we go. It is really spacious and light and really thoughtful setup in here. So you've got your table and chairs and sofa, and this pulls out to a sofa bed. So you've got an extra bed in there. We didn't realise until our last night that the bed actually has legs, so you can pop it up. It makes it way more stable and brings it up to a normal bed height. So you can sleep 3 in these rooms, which is what we have. So we're a family of 5. So we have this room and we have the room next door. So all of our bits and pieces are in the room next door. Another chair there. You've got TV and a phone. And this is really quite a unique little storage solution here. So we've put all of our backpacks in here. All the kids' bits and pieces are in the other room. There's the door. You've also got this little kitchen. Now we are all inclusive, so we aren't going to be using this kitchen, but you have got a microwave and a 2-burner hob, a kettle, and then you've got the sort of bits and bobs that you would need in the kitchen. So a few serving plates, some bowls, some mugs, and some cutlery. You've got the tumblers there and some plates up there, and then you've got a sink. Now, top tip, I would definitely keep this in place. That's how it comes when you enter the room, and that's because there is a bit of an ant problem. So you've got some ant stuff there and the bin. Now if the plugs aren't in situ, then you may get some ants pretty quickly, so definitely keep that on. Some pots and pans and some basic sort of utensils in there. Like I say, we're not going to be using this kitchen, but it's nice to have, definitely. Fridge is absolutely spotless. So we've got all of our water in here in the other room. Yeah, good to have if you want to put any chocolate in there or some snacks for the room. Now, this room is very, very clean. It's beautiful and bright, and there's a big sense of space in here as well. Even when all 5 of us are in the other room there, it feels really airy and spacious, and it has absolutely everything you need for a nice comfortable stay. So you've got a couple of power outlets. There's one down there as well, and a coffee table, a couple of chips, but very minor. It has definitely been redecorated as well. There's some signs of fresh paint, and I do believe that it was flooded out earlier in the year, so potentially why it had a fresh coat of paint. There is air conditioning, and once it's been running for a little while, it is quite effective. We have got it on the highest fan setting at the moment, so I don't know if you can hear that. It is a little bit noisy at night, but you can turn it down to a lower fan setting. And that does reduce it quite considerably. Into the bedroom, and you've got 2 twin beds here. We'll come on to the beds in a minute. But you've got this sideboard for any bits and pieces. I think somebody's put some straighteners on here at some point, and that's caused that burn patch. A nice mirror to help get ready, and then you've got a little chair and the 2 bedside tables, power outlets as well as over there. And then I was a bit like, what is this? I couldn't really work this out when we first got here, but it is in fact a little light, which is quite unusual to have it like that. But it's lovely, and it's perfect of an evening if you just want to have a quick read before bed, or just chill in the bedroom of an evening or in the morning. Now the beds, this bed is not bad. This bed is also not bad. The other room, one of the beds is honestly like a lump of wood. It is so hard. I've never slept on a bed so hard in my life. The other problem with the beds is they are 2 single beds squashed together, and they're not tied either, so you can completely part them. So if you are a couple sleeping on these beds, you will quite easily fall down the middle at some point during the night. And then the other problem with these beds that I found, and this is the same for the other room as well, and I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up, but they are different heights. So this one is slightly higher by about an inch or so, so a bit strange. But other than that, this room is exactly what you want it to be. Coming over to the wardrobes, quite a big space here, so you've got some shelves, spare blanket, and then this sliding door is just one door, so you've either got one side open or the other. You've got space for a suitcase and some hanging space, as well as another blanket up there. You've also got a safe, and that's free to use, which isn't always the case in other hotels I've stayed in, and it's such a small thing, but it does make a big difference, and it makes us feel a lot more secure. So we've got all of our valuables in the other room next door. In fact, we're using that as we're all in there. Our children are 10, and then we've got 7-year-old twins, so it just makes sense for us to be all together. But of course, when you book these things, you do have to book 2 rooms if you are a larger family. Onto the bathroom, large mirror, quite a large sink as well. You've got some hand soap there, and again, make sure that these plugs stay in place so that the ants don't get up. Hair dryer has been provided, and the cleaners come in every day and they give everything at once over, check that you don't need things like loo roll, which is really nice to have. You've got some towels. Now the towels I found to be quite small, but that's fine. Some hooks up there, and the loo. Everything feels fairly new and perfectly functional. And we haven't found loads of maintenance issues. In fact, I think it's very well kept, if I'm honest. There is just one thing down here, which is a bit of a hazard. So some of this edging has come off, and that corner is quite sharp. So I would be a little conscious with the kids and their toes. But the other room is fine. That doesn't have that issue at all. We did have a bit of a leak in our shower, and they've reported that, and they are supposed to be coming today. So hopefully that gets sorted pretty quickly, because it does sort of cause a small flood in the bathroom. And then of course you use all your towels clearing it up. Quite a spacious shower in here, so you've got kind of at least 4 people kind of space. The shower is a sort of standard shower, fairly good pressure as well, I would say. The only thing I will say is I am quite a short person, but I still think that is extremely high. It's almost higher than the screen. So I'm thinking if it was just pointing central, it probably would go over the top of the screen there. I'm not sure. What do you think? Do you think that's a bit over the top? Maybe it was installed by a giant who is fed up with not being able to stand under a shower, I don't know. But on the whole, very nice bathroom. And we're not really in the room very often, we're always out and about. Here's the sign that the painting is fresh. And not many marks on anything either, so it definitely has been done recently, which is quite nice, just to keep it nice and bright and airy. That light isn't flickering, it's just the camera picking that up. But super bright and airy. Okay, let's take you out on the balcony and have a look around. It is quite spacious. So another door there that you can get out onto the balcony, and then a little drying rack as well. And a little table and chairs. Sitting out, exactly what you'd want really. So all in all, I am really impressed with how clean and comfortable it feels. It's simple, but it is very well done. It's a great base for exploring the area and coming back to relax. And you can tell that they've put a lot of care into maintaining it. It's got everything that we could possibly need, and it feels like a lovely place to unwind. There are 4 large pools here. The one off in the distance slopes from shallow to a deep end and has a sunbed island perfect for kids to jump off. The middle pool, this is our favourite. It's salt water and a consistent 1.5 metres deep and is great for swimming. There's also a shallow kids pool around knee height and a fun splash area for the little ones too.
As you can see, there's the sea over there. Convenient.
Just stumbled across this area, which used to be a squash court.
A squash court sounds like squash pool, so squash pool.
Looks like these may be made into new rooms.
Oh, there's water.
Yeah, maybe the man that's working in there is water.
Yeah, Mummy, come on. Come on. I want to go on the monkey bars. Luckily it's wooden. Luckily it's like, yeah, let's go.
Is it in use?
Look at the toilets. Look at the toilet. This is so cool. Look how small the toilets are.
It's like little kiddie toilets.
Yeah, look.
I don't think this is in use, Dan. No, we're staying here, darling, don't worry. It's got up there, Sunny High Play.
Yeah, it's brilliant in there. Put your camera in there. Just put maybe someone's room.
What?
Someone's room around there. Just put my head in there.
Yeah, right.
Did. Go and have a look.
Little Connect 4. Is there any kids in there, Dan?
No. So mini club playground area opening hours 10 till 6. This keeps silent.
There's no one in there. It's between those hours, isn't it? There's no one in there, Dan. Don't keep opening the door. It's cute though. What have we got in here? Pool table, the clubhouse. Adults only bar. That's not part of the all-inclusive, but it looks very nice. And here's some prices. Pint of beer, £3.50. Pint of cider, £5. Guinness, Copperberg. And this is the piano bar where all the action happens in the evening. And then you've got the bar that is all-inclusive as well. It's not open yet. Last day. What's your final reflections?
Yeah, well needed. It's a worry-free holiday. mostly been in the resort. Resort or hotel?
Hotel, in the pool.
In the pool.
Evening walks to the beach, quite nice. Lots of looky men.
Oh yeah.
Try to avoid those.
Can you call looky man?
I will, yeah.
Yeah. We all know what we mean.
And the hair braiders. Just trying to dodge them every 5 feet.
Very nice. Halfway through the week, got very busy.
Very, very busy.
Very busy. Yeah, no, it's been...
I think that impacted the food experience.
Yeah, very busy.
Not much food left, and I think the quality of the food was also impacted by that.
Yeah, very nice holiday for TUI.
Very nice.
Yeah. Thank you.
Peace out.